It's a lovely Thursday. Welcome to NSAKA. It's really exciting to be back again right here on Ubuntu channel with another exciting episode, and we're looking at a very charged discussion tonight. So, without further delay, as usual, we have Evangelist Herbert Shaabula as our counselor. Evangelist, good evening and welcome to Ubuntu channel.
Good evening, sir, and how are you? And how is everyone there?
We are great. I am fine. Let me also welcome Auntie Caroline. Auntie Caroline, good evening. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, CJ. Good evening, viewers. And good evening, Evangelist and everyone.
Good evening. Let
Good
me
evening.
also
Thank you so
welcome
much.
Mr. Abia Nyerenda. Mr. Abia, good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, TJ. It's a lovely good evening to everyone in the panel here and to the viewers out there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, viewers, do stick to this program and make sure you share it. Invite someone. We are discussing a very sensitive matter, and let me take this time just to issue out a disclaimer that this program is not suitable for people below the age of 18. So this program is strictly for adults, no children, because what we'll be discussing is very sensitive, and some of the language that will be used here is not suitable for young people. Having said that, invite that couple, invite that friend of yours, so that together we can build our homes, build our marriages, and have a better society. Tonight's topic is, does penis size matter in marriage? Does penis size matter in marriage? Now, this seems to be a very thorny subject, and some of these words, if we're to use vernacular, they are heavy. So please do not start running away. We are here to educate one another. We are here to learn, and we expect you to participate as well. This program is meant for you. So feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. There's a line, a telephone line that will be shared there. You can send a WhatsApp message or call us directly so that we can interact. Well, Nakamba Maningi, we need to get into the topic. Evangelist, please give us a rough background and a bit of definitions around the terms that we'll be using in tonight's discussion, so that we can set the ground for us to fly this plane. Evangelist, over to you.
Thank you so much, CJ. Thank you so much, Caroline, Abia, Emma, Himba, Ruth, and everyone that has tuned in. The topic that we have today or tonight is actually a very, very thorny topic, and a topic that I've covered in many places in my interactions with the community, because this question has been asked by so many people in different places, both men and women. And tonight, I'll be a bit different because I'll be actually lecturing. So I will not be talking. I will not be speaking. I'll be talking. In other words, I'll take my time so that people are able to follow me. The question of size of a penis. When we talk of size, we are talking of how long it should be, how long the penis should be. I'm talking about a normal adult penis of a male. A normal adult penis of a male, like me, like other men. That's what we're talking about. And I'm going to use the, even scientific terms such as SPL. SPL means the stretched penile length. Stretched penile length. Or when the penis is elongated, ikauka mbolo. Yauka fully charged, it is even throbbing and breathing hot air. It is spitting saliva. That total length of that dangerous viper, that cobra, is what we are going to talk about. And I'm going to talk about, I will use words such as the micropenis. Micro like microorganisms or microscope means small. When I say micro, I'll be talking about small. Micropenis, small penis, but active, not dead. It is active, it is small and active. Small and active. That is the ways that I'm going to use so that you understand me. I'll use words as the Prader-Willi syndrome. The Prader-Willi syndrome is, I'll explain that as I get into the study, because it is very, very important that we know what I'll be talking about. So those are some of the strange words that I will use. I'll try by all means not to be too scientific. I'll break it down to the level of somebody in the village, so that even those that are listening, we've got minimal education, should be able to understand what we are talking about. So let me leave it there in case my boss wants to ask a question.
Wow.
CJ.
Thank you for that introduction. Before you begin firing on all cylinders, let me just allow Caroline to come in and also give just a brief introduction and her views on tonight's topic. Auntie Caroline.
Good evening, CJ. He has elaborated very well, and there are some things that are new to me. The terms and the way as explained, some are new, and I'm learning a lot. I think when we look at tonight's topic, it's wide, and we would want first to hear more from the evangelist.
Thank you very much. I'll now throw it to Mr. Abia. Your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Evangelist and Madam Caroline. Today, the thing is that right now in our society and in our country, this program is not there in those villages. So it is a good time for people out there, especially the viewers, those who have been courted to enter into marriage, what they should know. Those who are already in marriage, they are safe because they know what they have. And since right now, traditions and the Christianity, it has become like a sort of conflict in many people in our society. Because when you are talking this topic like what we're discussing tonight, in many churches it's a taboo as a Christian. But right here at NSAKA, it's not a taboo. It's the right thing to know, and how to handle it. So now the question, because of these two reasons that I have mentioned, tradition and Christianity, I would like to ask Shaabula to explain to us how can a woman know when there is Christian values and traditional values. Over to you, Shaabula.
Okay. Okay. Let me start with the Christian values. You know, Christian values and the traditional values are practiced by one person. The victim is the person. That is one person. That particular person is expected to live a Christian life, and is expected also to keep, you know, the traditions in motion. So what it is that Christian values are values that has got to do with the Word of God, and that which gives us a discipline in the things of God. Traditional values, these are values that were taught and passed on to us by our ancestors on how to deal with the situations. So those rules or guidelines which were given to us by our ancestors are what we call traditional values. But Christian values are values that are given by Jesus Christ, the teaching of our Lord Jesus Christ, so that we can know God and be able to live with Him according to His norms. So, but in both cases, we are expected to follow those rules. Now, Christian traditional norms or values, some of them are very, very good for us. Some of them, they don't conflict with the Word of God. They are actually in tune. But others are not. And so those that are not, we should discard them because they fight the very word that we are propagating. So in this case, this particular topic that we have, it is very, very good for each one of us to know, so that you know how to handle yourself, and you know how to handle your wife, you know how to handle your husband, and you know how to relate with each other. And when the expected is not given, then you should be able to know what has gone wrong and how you can actually know how you can correct that mistake that has gone wrong. So this is why this topic is good, because whilst I and yourselves, dear friends, you might be fine, somebody may not be fine, somebody might be sick, and therefore they need this topic so much so that they can get help and be able to move together with their families, that is husband and wife. So briefly, that's what I can say. But I have not yet gone to the topic to explain, to answer the question, does the size matter?
Yes. So
Yeah.
now, Evangelist, we need to really get into this topic about size. Viewers, please, we want you to participate in this program. We are here to learn. We are here to teach each other. So please drop a comment in there. Let us know where you're watching from, what you think. Let your questions come through. The number will be scrolling on the screen there. Make use of it. Now, Evangelist, does
Yes.
size matter? This issue about size. What is the truth about size of a man's penis?
Thank you so much. Nayambako Inemanje. Listen, friends. Listen. Yes, size matters. Size is very, very important. It is very, very important to have the correct size. CJ, listen to me. Where you are there, you have got the size that you put on, that size for your shoes. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. I have my size for my shoes. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. The shirt that I put on, it has got size. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. Your shirt, your trousers, CJ, you have a size you put on. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. Caroline, you have got size for your shoes. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. Ladies have got even bras. Bras have got sizes. Even pants have got sizes. Kuli single, kuli XL, kuli double XL, kuli triple XL. Why do we have these sizes? It is because of what the body, the size of the body that will get into these trousers should be of this size. The size of the shirt, of the body, the chest, the waist should be able to fit into the size of the shirt, the jacket. That is how it is. Even the way God made the penis and the vagina, God put standards by which the penis should be able to fit into the vagina properly without leaving a remainder. Now listen. I said there's a certain language that I'm going to use. There is what they call SPL. SPL. What is SPL? SPL is the stretched penile length. Stretched penile length. And what is the stretched penile length? This is when a man has an erection. An erection where even sperms can spit. It gives you a full stretch of the penis. The normal length of that penis should be 5.25 inches. 5 inches natuma 25. 5.25. This is a normal adult male penis. At least 5 inches, waikirako natuma inches tuli 25 centimeters, whatever it is. That is for an adult. It means apamanje mbolo yauka yafikapo pachimake. Apa ifu na kutamba na kutaya masperms. When you measure it, it will give you 5.25 inches long. That is normal. Now, an SPL, ya meni yakutati yafika 3, it's not more than 3.67 inches or less. It indicates an adult micropenis. Adult micropenis. Adult micropenis. It means uyu ni mukulu, ni bakulu. Manje mbolo yao, nipame palivuto. Yafika 3 inches na 67 tuchite tuma inches, tuma centimeters tuja. It means imbolo hii ya chepa. Hii ni ngono hii. But kusebenza, isebenza bino. It is okay. He can use it na kubala abalabana. But the problem is that he will not be able to hit paja pakuti ati mukazi ukahitinga so afu na kuyenda na kutoilet afu na kunya. Reason, it's because it does not get there. It's like kulelenga chabe, you are hanging inside there. Uyu muntu uyu akaribe kufika hapo hapa. Now, I also want to go further than that mwana mungono amene abadwa chabe mwana, a newborn child mwamuna hivi kapina sikake kazatalimpa 1 inchi na 1.4 inches kutalimpa kamwana kamene kabadwa manyi katika mwana kabadwa kambolo kake kali 0.75 inches sikafika hape na 1 inchi, then it is a sign of infant micropenis. Infant micropenis, it means kamwana aka kalina vuto, kalina problem, kambolo sikanauke sikazakula bwino. So the doctor will be concerned when it is 0.75 inches. The doctor will be concerned because the expected length is 1.4 inches for a child. Mkulu ine pano pamene lili mwamuna onse at least aina kufika 5.25 inches. Ine ya kukala itali diameter at least 2 inches diameter and round, so chabe at least 2 inches round ikangena muja, it must be able to cover my windows monse muja ya vali za bwino, no air should go in. Ukangena, it shouldn't come out. It should, don't allow it to breathe at 4. No, it should not be allowed to breathe. It shouldn't, because when game waitabwanji bangena manje ngati ulimwa kamuna mwana chabe wachaya 3.67 3 inches 67, then that is nayo at least wafika pa minimum. But paja sufi si pali bwino, because uzamba kufika paja pachimake, as I said. So that's what it is. Now, micropenis, this word is used it's a medical term, which means a small penis, but normally it is structured penis, means that isevenza bwino manje kachitika mbolo kachepa. Then what causes this? It is caused by hormone. That is the hormonal disorder. You know, there is a problem there. Or it's genetics. Genetic, factors. Mu family yanu mwose mwina tumbolo tufupi. So everyone wamena abadwa na ini kangono. Manje kuliena ma families yakuti ati yama giants. Beka chabe weve ni wacha chabe 5 point something ku 6, 7, 8 inches vafika konse kuja balibe kaso. So ni tali chabe just like that. So diameter 2 inches. Then when it enters nae madam has but lero ni tizadi ya bwino, what can we do? Yeah. So those that have got small penises, they have got either they're suffering from hormonal disorder or congenital problem. This is a problem. Actually, it is caused by fetal testosterone deficiency, what they call Prader-Willi syndrome, the PWS. So it means that you don't have enough of it to produce so that the penis can grow to the size that is required. So that is a problem. Now, let me take you to another part so that you understand why it is important to have that size. Now, let's get back to Ikauka Mbolo. Where do you take it? Ikauka, CJ, where do you take it? You look for a vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this vagina of a lady, when it is not sexually aroused, meaning mukazi samvera sex, samvera nyele, alipa normal chabe so. How deep should it be? Vagina yake mukazi. Normally it will be 2 to 4 inches deep. 2 to 4 inches deep. She is normal, you are just chatting, she's okay, she has not been aroused, sunamugwire gwire, alibwanji, pamena alinkezi chabe, vagina yake ni 2 to 4 inches deep. Manje ukamba kumugwira gwira wakisako kumabresi, wagwirako kuchite ku mashino, kumukongo, all those things. Now she begins to feel to be on heat. Then the vagina inside there will start opening up. And when it opens up, it will begin to expand because of the blood that goes into the vulva. When she's turned on, the blood flows and increases in the vulva area, which helps lengthen her vagina. Did you hear, CJ? CJ Umvela. So the issue here is that, the blood will begin to flow and increases in the vulva area, which helps lengthen her vagina. Now, because of this, the vagina can extend up to 4 inches minimum and the maximum up to 8 inches. It means that now the vagina is ready to receive a penis up to 8 inches deep. And for her to get to 8 inches deep, it depends how you play with her, number 1. Number 2, how much she loves you. Number 3, how happy she is. Number 4, how she desires to play with you. She can go to 8 inches deep. Now, we must understand that this 8-inch deep vagina will not, if you have got 3.67, wazitaira muchite mu 8 inches. CJ, tell me. Caroline, tell me. Tell me what will happen. It means the gentleman will be hanging there. Monga ni t-shirt yolembewa vote for RB pachite pa wire. It will just be hanging, blown by wind. So that is why size matters. I'm repeating, I'm giving justification or the reason why size matters. Because the vagina will open up from 4 inches up to 8 inches. So now if you've got a small or short penis of 3.67, it means you are going to be hanging in the vagina, and you will not make any impact on what is happening. So the issue here is that the wife will be affected by your performance because of the same size, the small size. Now, the vagina can stretch in both width and depth. It can stretch both the width and depth, meaning that it can expand. So it means no matter how big the penis is, the penis can go in without leaving a remainder. Why? Because it can expand both in width and depth. Now, the vagina has what we call tubes. It has got tubes with walls of wrinkled tissues. These lay against each other. Vagina, mulima tubes. And then there are walls. And these walls, they are wrinkled mukati. Like if you want, you can say they are grooves. That's why you can get a kind of gugru, because you are hitting my grooves or my wrinkles. And this creates sensitivity. And sensitivity creates the excitement. And the excitement creates the fire, open fire. So this is what happens here. Now, having said this, let me wait for other people also to contribute. Let me pause. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. I don't know, the line was bad, so I was missing some things, but I've got quite a number of points that you raised. Wom Kelewai, good evening and welcome to the program. Please make your submission.
Twalumba Kapati, this man is preaching now. That's what happens when you allow a reverend to say one topic. He will take all your time. We have learned a lot about reproductive system in our schools. I think Zambians know very well, and it's good that you are reminding us. But be brief so that you give other friends time to come up with their contribution. Otherwise, it's a very good insight and a very well tabulated or researched topic, and the explanation or lecturing by our reverend. Anyway, coming to the issue, penis, if it matters, the size of a penis matters. I feel it's so unfair for us men to be talking about the size of a penis before people start judging us as gay. We are talking about, where are the women? We need people to come here and explain, because it's women that are on the receiving end. These are the ones that will tell us whether it matters or not, because many women they actually, they don't consider penetration as satisfactory. Some of the women, because people differ. We've heard many couples sometimes, especially women on social media, even in when they are coming out to say, sex is mind, you have to arouse them. They can actually even come by just touching them with your little finger. You can make them being satisfied. And penetration, yes, it comes in for productive purposes, but if it's for pleasure, women differ as well. That's why we find that many women, they even claim that many men, they claim that it's difficult sometimes to find the G spot of a woman, because it's everywhere. With a man, it's one thing. It's just pointing and then you do it and that's it. But for women, the other one loves it when you touch them on their back. The other one loves it. They come when you touch them. There's so many places. So it's an individual. It's up to the women to explain to us what is the right, does size matters. And I feel somehow that it's a little bit discriminatory for those with the biggest, to be considered as those are the ones that should be allowed, or that should enjoy, or that should be given the flag of satisfaction, and yet those with small penises, those should be either discriminated, or rather be negated, be put in that category where they have little ones, and then as though they had the choice to be what they are. Even those with big or sizable, they didn't choose, they were born that way. And now for us to come here and start categorizing and even negating those with either little, micro, we even give them names, micro, and others medium, and others large, they are born that way. If they have a medical issue, why should we stereotype those people who are born, like you have said it, Shaabula, in your... in your submission that some people inherit, some people it's a disorder, some hormonal. It's a medical thing. But we African, we go ahead and start stereotyping those that has a medical challenge and
Right.
give super praises to those with a who were blessed, like our brothers in Nigeria. So the question now
True.
is, who should have the answer? Who has the answer? Is it us, men, or it's the women? That's my contribution, Ndalumba.
Thank you very much, Wom Kilawai. Okay, I'm going to bring in Auntie Caroline and then Mr. Albia before I bring back Evangelist. So, Auntie Caroline, I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay.
What are your submissions? Yes, please.
Well, being the only woman in the studio,
Yes.
and I'll answer to the question from Wom Kelavai about a woman being at the receiving end. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so the
Oh,
topic is very hot, and um, Evangelist has described, as they elaborated very well. And when it comes to satisfaction as a woman, talking from the experience, from the research, size does not matter when it comes to satisfaction. When you look at the sensation of a woman, it's only about 3 centimeters deep. So, as Wom Kelavai said, even a finger can make a woman come. Knowing where to touch, knowing the spot, and knowing um, where to hit. Um, when we look at the mechanism of a woman, even women are different. There are those who are bigger in size, those who are smaller in size, just as a man. So also a woman, the way they receive, it also matters. Sex is an act. It's an art, I can say. It also requires skill. So the size of a penis really doesn't matter. What matters more is the skill. Knowing the skill, knowing what to do, and sex should be communicate. There should be communication. When there's communication, knowing each other's body. That's why when a woman and a man having sex, there should be communication. You need to talk to one another. A woman talks back. They should talk to say, this is how I want it to be. So when a woman talks back to the man to say, this is how I want it to be, this is how I want you to touch me, this is how I feel, this is where I feel good. You know the body of your friend. You know the spot. You know the G spot. You know how how my wife comes. So the size of the penis, what matters is a man who makes a woman come. It's the most important thing. A man who makes a woman come. So the size also, it can be a big penis, but doesn't know where to hit, doesn't know the where to touch a woman, doesn't know how to make this woman come. So it's knowing how to calm your wife. Despite the small penis also can know how to hit the sides and the 3 centimeters sensation and hitting the clitoris. It's where now the man knowing the body of a woman. So the size really, from a woman's perception, it's how you make your woman come. So the
Right.
size can be big, the size can be
Hmm.
small. It's how you hit, how you know the body of your friend. So it's how to make the other person come. That's what is the most important for a woman.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so much.
Auntie Caroline. I still have a few questions, but I want to allow Mr. Abia to come in. before I raise my controversies here and there. Mr. Abia.
Yeah, we are learning. I'm glad that the woman has come in and hit the nail to the wall. So you can't say no to her statement because it is what it is. So now, I think right now, most important the viewers there, as Madam Karen said, that the most important thing is to know our partner, where to touch. How does my wife come into the mood of having that sex? Now, the woman also must know where to touch a man for him to be ready. You must be ready, yes, by the standing up of that thing, but you are not that ready until a woman do something to you. So it's about the both sides, where to touch, know your partner's mood. Therefore, those signs and talking will give you a reaction of a proper interaction when you are on the job, doing that job. You all amazed with it. You all be happy. There will be no these cases where they say, no, I want to divorce my husband because it is too smaller. No, 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 no. You are lying, madam. No, I want to divorce my husband because it's too big. No, 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 no. Which means there's some size, some areas where you have not told your man to touch to. Some women, these marriages, they are according to the experience that I have and research. Other women, they feel shy to tell their partners where to touch. They only tell them that you can touch me anywhere. Anywhere. Are you sure? And this is how the cases come in to say, I want to divorce this one because of this. Some men also feel shy to tell their partners where they should touch them. Don't feel shy. This one is a woman, is your wife, is your husband. You are now one fresh. That shyness should come out. It shouldn't be accommodated in your home, in your room. No, this one now is yours and only yours. Feel free to speak to your partner. That's the only way. Just to add on to Madam Caroline, what she says, I wanted to add up on. Then
Uh,
let's leave it to those questions that you have, CJ, for Evangelist.
thank
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abia. Now, I'm going to allow Evangelist back on stage. And though, as Evangelist is coming on, anyway, the questions that I have are for Auntie Caroline. Let me just fire right away, and maybe Evangelist might touch on this. Okay, men are under pressure to have to even have their penises enlarged. Okay, we've heard of situations where women claim that the husband's penis is not big enough. We've heard that, let me say, the common notion is that women love big penises. Okay, we there are situations where women do all sorts of things just in order to make their vagina tight so that the man's penis can fit and all that. Now, if we say the size of the penis doesn't really matter, is this a true reflection? Why are people doing all these things? Okay, whether it's penis enlargement, whether it's women taking or inserting things, and the like. So I don't know, Auntie Caroline, if you'd like to touch on that one, or Evangelist can chip in directly. How should I do it? Okay, Auntie
I
Caroline,
can
go ahead.
touch on I can touch on that one. The reason why women will reach to the extreme of trying to insert or trying to make their vagina tight, I think they are doing it for a man, not for themselves.
Okay.
Yes, they are doing it for a man, not for themselves. That's why, as a woman, you need to take care of your body, not inserting anything, but a woman should take care of her body, keeping it well, keeping it warm and well. So it's not about inserting anything, but a woman should take care of her vagina. When you take care of your vagina, it should be clean, uh, clean and taking care of it, ready for the other person. So not inserting anything, because inserting something causes a lot of cancer. But as a woman, you need to take care of your vagina. There are ways that you can take care of your vagina so that you don't have these infections and other, uh, 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 what can I say? Other UTI that causes a lot of infection to the vagina that will affect the vagina in having a lot of water and other infection. So a woman will do that, prepare, keeping her vagina for the husband. So when it
Okay.
comes to other women wanting bigger penises, I think it's not knowing yourself. A woman, I've seen women who have been in these marriages, have been having sex, and they've not even experienced orgasm. They've not experienced that. They are just there for entertainment, for uh, entertainment or maybe for performance. But proper sex is about satisfaction, satisfying each other, making the woman reach that orgasm, and she will not look for another man, because she knows to say, my man knows how to make love to me and make sure I come, I have that orgasm, I enjoy having sex with my man. Enjoying sex it's not more about the size. It's how your man makes love to you, knowing your
Right.
body, knowing where to
Thank you.
hit. I think, yes, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. So
In addition to CJ, in addition
I
to, in
need to
addition
manage
to,
time here. Okay. So make it very short, Abia.
yes, I just want to warn people out there who go for this option of enlargement. You know, our women are so attractive. You can go for your fellow man to help you enlarge, but at the same time, you got admired to your wife, to a woman. So it may be enlarged more than you want, more than your partner wants. So that is a risk. You are going beyond normal of your body growth. So be warned, never do that. I submit.
Thank you, Abia. Evangelist, please get back on set and make your deliberations.
I just want to, I want to be very, very clear again. I want to agree with the Caroline, with the Abia, and my brother Mukerebai. Whilst I want to agree with them, I want to also maintain what I said. I want to maintain what I've said. You know, let me put it this way. What has been said, to me, it's how to manage what you have, how to use the little or the small that you have. That is when we look at how do you use the 3.67 inch in order to satisfy a woman. That is when you go in those gymnastics, those issues of where to strike, when to strike, how to strike. talking to each other, good interpersonal relationship. That is how to use that. But the general rule is that there must be a normal size and a small size. The small size, why I've given an example when I started. When your size that you put on is what will fit in. Now, how you are going to walk, with that size 32 trousers depends on how you do it. But the right size that you have is 32. So even here, the right size for a normal penis is 5.25. And this one is able to reach all the corners, while the 3.65 is for that person who has got to learn how to use the small one that he has. Now, it is not all the time that the person that has got the biggest performs better. I'm not saying so. Please get me right. I'm not saying so. I'm saying the recommended length SPL is 5.25. Where the person knows how to use it, or he doesn't know how to use it, that is the normal. In fact, if we are near many normal. Yeah, so if we had the time, I was going to give you my sizes yambo around the world. Tell you the Chinese, the Africans, the Americans, the Italians, the what and what. I was going to give you that. And that was done after a research. Unless if we discard the researches that are in research, your city research. But for me, I'm talking from a research, medical research, that a person must have at least 5.25 normal. And then the adult micropenis, that is a small penis, is a 3.67. The 3.67, I even explained here that it can still produce a baby. It is functional. It is active. But the person must learn how to use his toothpick in order for him to do this and that. He needs to learn how to do that, because where it is going to be inserted, where it is going to go in, the hole can go up to 8 inches. Even when he is an expert, there will be some deficiency of that difference. When we are talking about satisfaction, that there will be satisfaction. In most cases, satisfaction will come as a result of the love you have for that person. Sometimes it is not for what has happened. It is because of the good, interaction that you have between yourself and your husband. That is what will cause you to reach your orgasm. Not really because of the penis. It is because of the good relationship, the help, the support that you get from that person. This is a total package that also goes into the area of sex and cause the person to be happy. But the normal, please get me, the normal recommended, surveyed and researched is 5.25 centimeters. Now, the question of those people who enlarge, most of the people that who enlarge, they don't go to the hospital for the doctor to examine them to find out what fault they have, if they've got a hormonal disorder, or if they've got what I would call the Prader-Wills syndrome. That affects the testosterone. So they don't do that. All they do is that they will start taking medicines or drugs for them to enlarge their penis. That has got also a problem on their part. Because for an erection, listen to me, I'm talking about now the disadvantage of enlargement. It means that you need a lot of blood for the penis to be erected. Erection is all about blood filling the tube, which is called the penis. So you need a lot of blood to do that. So you may do it once, but you may not have what you call more rounds, more erections. Chizanga soft, large and soft, chasira. Now, the thing is that, the way God made us to perform very, very well. But if you have got a problem and you are 3.67, this is where if you are below that, I'm saying below that, you have got an adult, you have got micropenis. Then if it is below that and you are not functioning properly, erection is not there and you are not doing a good job, so this is where you go to the hospital to seek medical attention, medical help. Because what we must understand, let's not cheat ourselves to say, no, I will learn the tricks of where to touch, what to touch, whatever it is. Because even the lady who wants to play with your penis, manje asoyeka penis monga nika mwana wake wamena ange na grade 5. Asoyelesa kachite whatever it is. No, that part uzaferuka. Because the lady should be motivated. Akagwira mvera like this, she begins to imagine and build the pictures in her head and build, whatever it is. Then she should be on hit and say, yes, this is what I want. So the penis, size of the penis matters. It matters. The only area where I can say that you need to be careful, it's how to use it. What I can say to me, Caroline, Abia, and my friends there, they are talking about in the event that you have got a small penis, what do you do? That is why learn the trick of adding ferro wamba usebenzesa minwe. Usebenzesa minwe. You need deficiency, you need sign out at washota. Now you are trying to add on so that ukwanisire per 3 point whatever it is. Trufika hapo. Manje gati it will hit there. Wamvera mukelewa hii. So that is the issue.
Type of technique, Evangelist.
Yes.
Listen.
I agree with you. What I'm saying is that it's a technique, it is required. You must know where to touch, what to do. This is what I'm saying. I'm not discarding that don't do all those things. I'm not saying that. But you must know that there must be a minimum standard which is given. Unless if we say that we don't agree with science. If we don't agree with science, then I'll say, okay, maybe that's a different position. But if we agree with the science, the minimum is 5.25.
If we follow exactly what you are saying according to science, then it will mean our brothers in the Asian world, okay, our brothers in the Asian world would be having problems when it comes to, then it means that they are most of 90% of them have a deficiency, because scientifically it is not. Like you wanted to say that you can go around and say in the whole world about the sizes of penis. If you look at it statistically, you find that our brothers in the Asian world, they're actually the smallest penises, and some of our Europeans, you see, and that could fit your narration that these people are sick, but no, I mean they have some deficiency. But what I'm saying is, sorry to come.
No. CJ, that's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Let me tell you, everything that God made it to fit perfectly well.
Yes.
If our brothers are small in the East, it means even where they are going to insert their small penises, it will be equal to that. It will not be whatever it is. It will be equal to that.
Awe badala. Uja
So
kuchoka muntu. Women give birth to children. How big are children?
Now listen. CJ, I know what I'm talking about. When you talk about childbirth, it's another stage when the other systems begin to work. It is very different from the time when you are having sex. That is very, very different. It's very, very different. Because even your penis, sizafika ku cervix kuja. Sizafika na kuja kuchite kuja kwa kuchoka mwana. So it's very different. If we go that way, then we're going to miss the point.
So for me, we are talking about the size, that where you're talking about if men in China have a small, even where it is going to be inserted, it has to be small because God made it that way. And that's why I'm coming with the reason to say no, because women are women. The vagina contracts and expands.
No, the Asian women, even in size, even in height and what, the Asian women are small, just the way the men are. If you look at our African women are huge. Okay, they've got, let me say, they are bigger bodies if we compare them to the Asian. So, and even the men as well, the men that we have, the men are big, so what Evangelist is saying makes a lot of sense, that even these races, I would say there's that compensation for each other among the races, if you want to look it from that perspective. Now, we have too many men on this platform. I would like to have the voice of the only lady in the studio. Please, Madam Caroline, I need your voice added to this debate.
Okay. When it comes to sex and bearing children, they are two different things. When a woman gives birth, afterward, the vagina size goes back to the normal, the way it was before she gave birth.
Okay.
That's how God just created that vagina. Even when a woman has sex with a man, afterward it contracts back to its normal um, uh, position. Just as Evangelist explained in his beginning, he talked about the walls, how they contract, how they come back to shape, how they expand. It's very he explained everything about the vagina, how God created it. It expands, it goes back. If a vagina is not aroused, it is just as small as it can be. Okay? Here, I think on that part here, he really explained how a vagina is made by God Himself. So,
May I just chip in there? May I just ask a question?
yeah. Mm,
If you are saying it contracts according, even after sex, it contracts to its original size.
yes.
So what about the same micro, the same micro size? Won't it contract to its size? Because it's
For a
flexible.
man,
It
for a
yes.
man,
Let,
It
let,
yes,
is
let
it
me,
goes back.
it is flexible. You said
uh,
it's flexible. It contracts and it expands. It goes back to its original. So if a woman is aroused at
Mm,
and the husband has a micro penis, and they go ahead and have sex, don't you think that the vagina will contract to the level, to the micro penis of a husband? What
yes,
in
that's when we
and also won't it expand to the biggest? Is it gigantic? The one, Mr. The
yes,
one what Shaabula is. is advocating for, that the biggest,
A,
won't it contract to that and go
a,
back to
vagina,
its original size?
a vagina can accommodate anything, any size.
Thank you. Thank you. That
Yes.
answers my question.
Yes.
Now, let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Carol has talked about constriction. Constriction. The muscles inside the body of a woman, that's the vagina, when she takes a bath, just like a man, when he takes a bath, there will be constriction of the muscles, meaning that it will be small. That is what happens. Even when a man, when a man takes a bath in cold water, in most cases, what happens is that the penis itself will contract.
No, in
It
a
will go
young guy,
down.
Master.
It will go down. That is very normal. Only when you are aroused, only when you are aroused, and only when a woman is aroused, that is when the vagina will receive blood around the vulva, and then it will start opening up to 8 inches. That is a study. That is the study that has been taken, and what I'm saying is current
And
right now. That is
Wadala,
what is there.
and
Now,
up to 8
let me
inches,
finish.
it can accommodate anything.
Let me finish.
Not
Let me finish.
not to the
Let,
same 8 inches exact. Because that's what
let,
you are
let, me,
saying.
let me finish. Let me finish. Accommodating anything, let me say, a bag is a 25 kg, ya mini meal, an empty one. It can accommodate anything. You can put even one in where it can accommodate.
Exactly.
But that will not bring satisfaction.
What do you mean?
Because
You
that
don't
is not.
know. You don't know.
Listen,
You don't know that. That's where I draw the line. It's
listen,
not about satisfaction.
listen. Well, CJ,
Evangelist, I can hear you. Vom Kileva, please allow Evangelist to finish. When he's done, then Vom Kileva
I
will
think
continue.
if we
Evangelist,
don't
please go
agree,
on.
I mute myself.
let me put it this way: if we don't agree with what I have said, then I would say let the viewers or the listeners take what they think is right. For me, what I've given here, for those that read books, that's what they'll find there. And also I've brought in personal experience. I've also brought in what I've collected from also workshops that I've conducted. Women say this, men say this. All that I've put into consideration, and that's what I'm bringing here. So I'm not saying things of how I feel things should be done. No, because I'm not the best sexy maniac. In fact, every day I learn. So the issue here is that let the viewers, decide which way to go.
May I come in?
Thank you. Thank you, Evangelist. Okay, we are getting into the dying minutes of our program, and I've seen we have two statements here, or let me say we have two camps. There's a camp that says yes, the size of the penis matters. We have another camp that says the size of the penis does not matter. Now, Evangelist has said the viewers can put these two questions or these two statements to a decision by their own. But I want us to have some form of conclusion or summary as we are ending the program. Now, for me, let me give this explanation or example. The mechanism of sex, even for the man, okay? If it's not, if the penis is, if the man is not aroused, the penis is small, okay? It's not hard. In that state, is it able to hit, whether it's the G spot, or is it able to give the action that will stimulate the woman? That is the penis. In this, with this statement, I want to side with Evangelist to say, yes, the size of the penis does matter, because even when the penis is not aroused, I don't think it will give satisfaction. On when it's aroused, then the level of satisfaction will differ at that point. Now I want to throw this. I'll start with the only lady to give her concluding remarks as to whether the size of the penis matters in marriage. Does it matter? Yes or no? And your few concluding remarks, Auntie Caroline.
Okay. You talked about if the penis is not aroused, it's not hard. It cannot perform well, which is very true. Because even if even no matter the size of the penis, it has to be hard. It has to be aroused. It has to be ready to do the function. So I will not say I am right, the evangelist is wrong. No, it's very right when he's talking about the sizes and what a man should have, the right size a man should have, which is true. But what I'm saying is that it's the function, it's how you perform, this being skilled, how you even as a woman, you need to touch, you need to know to know how to touch your man so that he can be ready to perform his duties, because you can't just be on the receiving part. You also have to know where to touch, how to arouse this person so that he can function. He can make you satisfied. If you don't do your part as well, you can't get the satisfaction. So even as a woman, you need to know how to touch a man. Where do I touch? How do I touch this penis so that it can be strong enough, it can be uh, stretched to the right size, as the evangelist was saying, so that it can satisfy me. So it's both ways. It's an art. As I said earlier, it's an art. You need to be skilled, how to touch each other, how to know, and where to touch, how to make the other person also be at the right size to function well. I think that's what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Auntie Caroline. Mr. Abia, your concluding remarks, even as you touch on the debate.
Thank you so much to the my fellow panelists there. CJ, I want to avoid to say I have agreed or disagreed on the word saying, does it matter? Let me leave it to the person of views, how you view this and how you judge it and how you end up with a decision that is on your own. To me, I won't say I disagree or I agree. But what am I going to emphasize to the people out there? Let's be mindful and respectful and loving to our partners. Let's not hide those parts we should be touched. Let's be flexible. Let's tell this partner, my wife, my husband, here is the place that I need you to touch. Always when you touch this part, I'll be ready. This is a mood where you can start, or whether it's dancing, or whether it's a song, sing it. I'll come into the mood, touch this part. Let's be open-minded for us to move on with our families' lives. Marriage is good. marriage is sweet when you are communicating. If you are not, I'm sorry, the razor will come into the marriage and destroy you. Thank you so much for the viewers who have the topic again next week. Series, join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abia. Director, there's a comment that has come through from Auntie Ruth. Please just put it on the screen. So she says, the size won't matter if you have never been anywhere else. It becomes a problem if a woman has been with different sizes. Thank you very much, Auntie Ruth.
Wow, I like that comment.
Aziwagwanja tini ngono. Bomkelewai, over to you.
Thank you so much. So I'm just happy that Shaabula is giving us the educative part of it, and on the physical aspect that size is matters. Okay, but relationship, especially you mentioned the biggest point of in marriage. Does it matter in marriage? Marriage is not based on just physical. Marriage is a broader, covers everything. So that's why I myself was like of the view that size should not be our focus. We should not focus so much on the size, especially in marriage. When it comes to sexual satisfaction, you can be of any size. But what is important, the overall thing is your attachment. You know, while penis size can matter to some extent, depending on individual preferences. It is generally not determining factor for in marriages, in marital satisfaction. The overall quality of a relationship, emotional and intimacy and communication are typical, far more significant and sustaining a healthy and a happy marriage. These should be our focus. And the other thing that I wanted to say is that we have these miambo that have been inculcated in us to say sex is about either teaching a woman a lesson when it should be a way of enjoying sex together as a couple. That lero nzakuonesa lero nzakulilisa lero suzaenda uzakuona nzakupentesa. What kind of love is that? So what you do is you are building up this society, and in a pornography, you're building up a society where people are focusing only the size of the penis, you know. So it should be an issue, and it should never matter. What matters is people should communicate and explain to each other what type of position, what makes them happy, what makes them calm when they are making love. Those are the most important issues. You don't have to have a drum of a penis or a micro penis to be able to make to satisfy a woman. A woman, at the end of the day, it's the women that have the answer to all this question. Whether it's scientific, it's stated, it's written in our books. Those who wrote books, they're human beings like us, had their own opinion. Even us, women themselves, should also be given an opportunity to come up with their own opinion to say size matters or it doesn't, and they give reason.
Thank you very much, Homkelwai. Evangelist, please give us your concluding remarks, even as we'll be wrapping up the program.
Thank you so much. I'll just go over what I said. I started by saying that our bodies have got sizes that we put on. We've got the size for your shoes. We've got size for your pants, size for your trousers, size for your jacket, and size for your shirt. So these are things that fit us. So even God, when God created, He allowed the certain bodies to grow, and He had good reasons for allowing those parts to grow, such as the legs. The legs had to grow big to where they are, so that they can support the body. The head had to grow to this size which you have. He had a problem. He had a reason, so that the brain itself can have a proper place where it can sit. And when God created, the penis, He did not allow it to stop growing up when under 3.67. He allowed it to go that way. Why? Why? He had good reasons. It's because He knows that where it is going to be inserted in, when it is fully charged and the person is fully aroused, it will go from 4 to 8 inches deep. So God did not create something small that people should just be able to use it because they are going to use their fingers, because they are going to talk to their friends. No. There are things that, yes, those things, they can aid us in our sexual encounter. Fingers or hands or the mouth can aid us, but there is a proper tool for that is made to handle that. It's like somebody who says, no, I've got a shovel. I'm going to start digging here. I've got a spade. When he's supposed to use a shovel, because a spade can also do the job of a shovel, but it is not meant for that. So after a proper research that was done by health institutions, that is what was found. That a proper penis should be not less than it should reach SPL 5.25 inches. So meaning that this at least it will be able to perform and do the correct thing. Now, the use of these instruments is one thing that we're talking about. I think some of our friends that have talked here, to me, I would say that they were talking about how to use the tools that God gave us. If you have got a 3.67, how do you use it to satisfy your wife? To me, I think that is what was given. But the question to say, does the size matter? I think when we try to answer that question, the answer would be yes, it matters. It matters, and it matters getting to what I've said. But how to use that? Because one can have the right size, but if he's an amateur, he doesn't know where to touch, where he's supposed to push and he's pulling, and or where he's pulling, he's supposed to push. Then you have a problem. So it is also knowing how to use the tools that you have. Of course, somebody with a 3.67 can perform better. That's why I even said well structured and is useful. He can use it and perform far much better than somebody who has got a long penis longer than his thigh. So it depends how one uses it. But the answer itself is that we need the correct tools with the correct measurements so that we can perform. That is why in science they talk of macro penis. These are small penises, and they even give the disadvantages and the problems that are there. Very few are able to use them to the satisfaction of the wife. So very, very few do that. So in short, in answering the question, does size matter? The answer is yes, it matters. It matters. Just like a 5-year boy cannot put on shoes of a man like me. I put on size 10 shoes, and then this young man comes and puts on size 7. You can't walk straight in this. No, unless if you are going to put tissues and the cloth, whatever it is. Now these are fingers that you are going to use, that you are trying to aid, so that you can walk. No. God is all wise and God is all knowing. He gave us the right sizes. So these right sizes, all we can emphasize that yes, it matters, but also it matters how we use them. You can have the right instrument, but with the poor knowledge, it is useless to you. You are just as good as somebody who has got 3.67. So in short, as I end here, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, size matters. And your wife who wants to play with your penis is not going to play with a baby, baby penis of her son, the size of her son. No, it will not bring any satisfaction, whatever it is, because she will not know the difference between the husband or the son. What problem is that? So she will not know what to do. That is part of foreplay or satisfaction. It requires you are eating table paja, they give you a knife, and we say knife and a fork. Instead of giving you a fork, wakupa a spoon. You are going to say no, I need a fork. But even a spoon can do the work. But the rightful instrument for that table to deal ni fork, si spoon. So that is the issue. Bye. Thank you. So it is up to the viewers or the listeners to choose. But if you are going to choose what I've said, it matters, then you do the right thing. So then also you must know how to use the right instrument that you have. If you've got the right instrument and you don't know how to use it, you are just as bad as person. Thank you so much. Signing off. Bye.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Thank you very much, Auntie Caroline. Thank you, Rom Kirebai and Mr. Abia. Viewers, there you've heard it. We've been looking at, does penis size matter in a marriage? That's what we've been discussing. And I think next week we're going to switch this topic up a little bit hotter, and we are going to look at sexual satisfaction in marriage, so that we can really upgrade this and look at all the intricacies around this topic and the satisfaction that is supposed to be there in marriage, whether you have the right size, whether you have the wrong size, so that you can be able to handle your home, your marriage in a better way. We've had Evangelist, our in-house counselor, that you can contact on 0977 527 407. That is Evangelist Shaabula's number, 0977 527 407. We say if you are having problems, please reach out to people so that you can get counsel, you can get advice. It is not weakness, but it helps you to resolve issues and make your home a better home. Now, tonight, it was a heated discussion, and I just want to thank each and every one of you who participated online through WhatsApp. There are some messages that came through through one of the groups, though I'm not able to read them. There are messages that have come through the WhatsApp, the Facebook, and we just want to thank each one of you that participated. I can see there's Auntie Ruth, there's Lawrence, there's also Percy, and each and every one of you. Please do make it a point to share this broadcast with someone so that they can be helped in their marriage. Do also make it a point to follow and like. If you haven't yet subscribed to any of our social platforms on Facebook, that is Ubuntu channel. There's also Ubuntu channel live, and then on YouTube it is Ubuntu channel as well. Please do like and subscribe. Well, from me, our director, and each and every one of you that has participated on tonight's show, want to say thank you. See you next week for another exciting episode of NSAKA.